Nowadays, different industries are exposed to much more competition. Thus, we want to ensure excellence in our business to maintain customer satisfaction, exceed their expectations, and at the same time, reduce any costs of defects in our operations. That's why many companies build reputation for quality by gaining accreditation or certification with the recognized ISO standards. But are you confident enough that the management system you implemented is consistently complied? This video, presented to you by AGF Consulting Group, will help you understand why we must perform internal quality audit, as Clause 9.2.2 of the standard shows exactly what must be done for the management system to be effective, as well as look for improvement opportunities. Let us define first what is an audit. As defined by both 9001-2005 and 19011-2011 standard, audit is a systematic, independent, and documented process for obtaining audit evidence and evaluating it objectively to determine the extent to which audit criteria are fulfilled. There are three classifications of audit. The first, party audit. This is conducted within the company by a qualified employee in which the independence of the area being audited is taken into consideration. This is also known as the Internal Quality Audit. The second, party audit, is an audit conducted by an employee of a company in their subcontractor, supplier, mother company to check the conformance on customer requirements. And lastly, the third, party audit. It is conducted by an independent organization or person hired by the company to check conformity to a specific standard, usually refers to the external independent audit or certifying body. The purpose of audit and why internal auditors exist is mainly to verify the adequacy, compliance, and effectiveness of the management system. Remember that the aim of audit is fact-finding and not fault-finding. Other principles related to auditors are the following. Integrity. It is a foundation of professionalism, such as honesty, diligence, responsibility, and demonstration of competence. Fair presentation means the obligation to report truthfully and accurately substantial difficulties and unresolved diverging opinions between auditor and auditee are reported and disclosed. Due professional care, which refers to diligence and judgment in auditing. As an auditor, you exercise due care in accordance with the importance of task performed. Confidentiality, or the security of information. Information should not be used for personal gain or in a manner harmful to the legitimate interests of the auditee. Independence is the impartiality and objectivity of audit conclusions, free from bias and conflict of interest. Evidence-based approach, reaching a reliable audit conclusion in a systematic audit process. Your audit evidence should be verifiable based on appropriate samples of information available that is closely related to confidence of audit conclusions. Who are the people behind the internal quality audit? The lead auditor, an auditor who has extra responsibility of managing the audit. The auditor, the person qualified to perform audits. The auditee, this is the organization or process owner being audited. And finally, the audit client, this is the organization or person requesting an audit. Each roles and responsibilities will be discussed further, but first, let us talk about the activities in performing an audit. There are 5 phases of auditing. These are initiation, preparation, execution, reporting, and follow-up. First, initiation. First thing is to appoint the lead auditor. He shall establish initial contact with the auditee and check the feasibility of the audit, the exact schedule, plan, or request. Audit must be at planned intervals, thus make use of the annual internal audit plan. Second, Preparation. Once annual audit plan is approved by the management representative, you need to define the objectives of what are to be accomplished in the audit, criteria, and scope or boundaries of the audit. Itinerary contains details such as exact date, time duration of the audit per area, location of the audit, auditor, and auditee representatives, and other resources needed for the audit. Next, the lead auditor shall appoint the auditors and activities to be done. Selection of the auditor shall conform to the following requirements as they are to be evaluated after audit. Competence or training. It is important that an auditor's knowledge on the standards and skills in the management system discipline to be audited is up to date. An auditor shall undergo trainings as required. Others even go through assessments such as IQA exam or questioning and workshops. Education. It is suggested that an auditor shall hold at least a secondary school certificate. Experience. It is also recommended that an auditor should be in a position where the activities undertaken help develop skills and knowledge in management system. After selection of audit team, it's time to prepare the working documents or the Auditor's Toolkit. The Auditor's Toolkit includes the following: the audit checklist, clipboard and pen, audit itinerary, audit report forms, ISO 9001 standard, ISO 14001 standard, ISO 18001 standard, whichever is applicable. Third is the execution. Once everything is set, auditors may proceed with the conduct of actual audit, which is called the execution. First activity is to conduct an opening meeting by the lead auditor with the auditees. Opening meeting discussion shall include agreement of all parties to the audit itinerary, introduce the audit team, methods or procedures of audit, including the grading of nonconformities, relevant safety procedures, and other conditions needed to be discussed. Obtaining information comes in 4 methods. These are observation, see if auditee's work matches with the company procedures, asking question or interview, check if auditee knows exactly what he is doing. These are some tips during the interview. Introduce yourself and explain why you are there. Develop rapport with small talk, eye contact, and smile when appropriate. Ask open questions. Usually starts with what, why, and how. Be assertive, but avoid arguments. Check facts and make notes. Do the show me please. Remain objective and calm, and acknowledge the auditee. Verifying records kept, if records are maintained or if there's completeness. Selecting records. Examination of records is evidence-based, could be positive or negative, and because there is no time to check everything, so you may select examples like purchase order, incident records, recent changes in the organization. Next is the reporting. After on-site audit, identified non-conformance is finalized by the audit team and write it formally in the non-conformance report. Consolidated findings shall be summarized by the lead auditor. Subsequently, the lead auditor shall initiate the conduct of closing meeting with the auditee and/or ISO core team to discuss audit results, resolve any errors or misunderstanding, and agree possible action plans to address the raised findings if applicable. How do you classify an audit finding? Non-conformance can be a major or minor finding. When can you say it's a major non-conformance? Major nonconformance is the absence or total breakdown of a system to meet the requirements of a clause of ISO 9001 or other standard requirements. It can be raised as major if a number of lapses against a specific requirement to the extent that there are actual adverse effects on the customer satisfaction and quality of product or service. Observation: a single observed lapse or failure to comply one guideline or company procedure or work instruction which does not jeopardize product or service quality. This may not require corrective action. But always remember that a non-conformance report must be factual, specific, and concise. Completeness of the audit report shall observe the following: objective, scope, audit team and auditee, date and location of audit criteria, audit findings, and relevant evidence and audit conclusions. And lastly, the follow-up. As agreed during the closing meeting, corrective actions are usually decided and undertaken by the auditee within an agreed time frame. Auditors shall evaluate action items to its suitability and follow up within specified time. This may require a visit to verify closure of findings on site. Organizational success is one lifelong process, especially in the business. Such a word as improvement has no meaning without the decision to try. Quality of management system has no time limit. You just have to work for it and maintain. To know more about internal quality audit, feel free to visit our website at www.agfconsultinggroup.com, where you can download free resources, or you can send us an email or directly call our hotlines.